the cover after flattening and pressing and cleaning, both dry cleaning and wet cleaning. And I got the lab values on the black, the white, and the interior for these. And these lab values will help us determine the fiber combinations we're going to be using to achieve this color, and then the back color, right? These are going to go in this infill here and in some other regions as well, like here and here a little bit in some of these areas. So we're going to try to reinforce the spine really well, do a good job with leaf casting on the missing piece here, and then it'll look really much better once we have the designated colors in place. And this will be all black, this will be white, and then the back color will be kind of like beigey color, right? And that will go in here. So 3 different furnishes we're going to be making, and several infills we have to do here. And it's going to be meticulous, it's going to be nice, it's going to give us the desired outcome at the end. So fingers crossed, guys, all right? So the black on the front cover had a value of 32, 0, and 5 for lab values. These are averages of various values I got on different parts of the black, right? So it wasn't very consistent. You can see a lot of variations in it, and we're going to try to do our best to match the closest to this black color, right? All right, so we start off by making a custom 10 by 10 pixel squared. Create. And then we zoom in on this. And now we're going to go ahead and fill in the color that we want. So the color we want is, for the front cover, is going to be 32, 0, and 5. We go to the color. We click on this. We enter the desired color, which is 32, 0, and 5. And then we fill in this squared with the color. Here's the color. So if I were to go to the magic wand and go over the color, you can see it's saying 3205 right there, right? In the info section of Photoshop. I also have the histogram open, right? This is Navigator, this is the histogram. Histogram is going to give me the number of pixels in this image, which is 100 pixels, right? And then this will give me the lab value here. So if I go now to image, mode, index color, automatically Photoshop returns the colors I need, or the swatches I need of my fibers in various proportions that will be mixed to achieve the 32, 0, and 5. So if this doesn't happen, if you haven't picked up a database yet, you can go to here and do custom, and then load the database, and you can put it here. You can see my database is already loaded with my fibers. So, oh, I canceled it. Okay, do it again. Mode, index color. Okay, here we go. So now, to know what percentage of each fiber I need, I click on them. Like this fiber here is the green, and it is at 57, minus 20, and 28 needed at 10%. Right, 57 minus 20 and 28 is the, if I go back to my database, is the GAMP 8 fiber right here. Right, number 19 basically is the GAMP 8. So I end up writing this out that I need let's see, what is it, 10% GAMP 8. This is how it's named in my database, and this is the color I scanned essentially. This color here is the 55, 6, and 21, and needed at 6%. So 6% is going to be the 55, 6, and 21. Again, if I go back to my database, the 55, 6, and 1 is the Grosser Kraft. So this is the card stock that I use, right? So I go back here and write 6% Grosser Kraft. And then there are two types of blacks that you don't see. One of them is this kind of color black, needed at 75%, and that's 26, 3, and -4. And that's 75% is going to be the 26, 3, and -4, which would be, that's the GAMPI 20 black. So GAMPI 20 black, GAMPI 20 is needed at 75%. And then the other black color needed is this black color here, and that's needed at 9%. And this is the one for 25, 1, and -2. 9%. And that turned out to be black media, black mixed media, 26, 1, and -2. Black mixed media. So these are the color combinations that will give me the 32, 0, and 5 essentially, right? And Photoshop easily deduce that if you just follow the instructions that were outlined initially by Farnsworth, right, in his paper. We'll do the same for the back cover. We'll do the same for the interior. Let's do that. 80, 4, and 15 for the back cover. So I go here and I do another 10 by 10. And you can do certainly 100 by 100 if you want, not 10 by 10. But 10 by 10 is, I find it sufficient, right? And the color you want here to be 80, that's the back cover, 84, and 15. So once I have that, I can color this with that color and then go to image, mode, index color, and it gives me again the needed colors here. Okay, and now the final one we're gonna do is for the interior of the cover. Let's do new again, custom. We're going to do the color for the interior, which is going to be 71, 9, and 22. And we're going to color the square with that after we magnify it a little bit. So we can go to the bucket, paint bucket, color it, go to image, mode, index color, and here it is. So here's the front cover with the lab values of 32, 0, and 5. I would need 10% of this fiber, 6% of this fiber, and so on. And then these are the weights I will measure to get 1 gram of these fibers in total, right? So if you add up the numbers, you should end up to a 1 gram here at the end. 1 gram, you could put it into 100 mils of water, and you could measure these, weigh them, and I use a very accurate scale here that measures exact amounts, right? I'm going to use this scale to do it in, and I'll do the same for the back cover, which needs 75% Arnold Grummer's Abaca, 9% GAMPI 3, and 60% GAMPI 1. And the interior is going to take GAMPI 2 varieties and then husk at these percentages. So So we'll do the weighing first, and then we'll put them in their designated jars with water and process them with a blender, and then finally add, you know, things like sizing and retention agent and formation aid. And then do the leaf casting. I mean, this is as simple as it gets, right? All right.